Good morning. It is Tuesday, February 11th. Today we're talking about Stellantis getting on board with their strategy. They're executing. Also, the CFPB shut down and no more pennies. So all the things that we say about pennies are about to lose all the things.
Can you imagine like the next generation just like not getting any of the puns?
Right. Penny save is a penny earned. Save your pennies.
Right.
I know.
Yeah.
There's a lot, actually.
That's a pretty wild.
Actually, we should just query GPT and give us all
like,
the
give me all the penny phrases.
Penny phrases. Great. I know. So how was your first day back yesterday from vacation?
It was the first day back from vacation. You know, you're like, I didn't know this many emails could exist. Oh, I didn't know this many meetings could exist. How did that get there?
That means, in my opinion, that means you did the vacation right.
We did the right. That's exactly.
Right. If you have an empty inbox, if you have all that stuff, it's like then you didn't. No,
I was actually with some guys from church last night, and I was just mentioning. They were like, "How was your first day back?" And I was like, "It was bananas." Felt like I couldn't catch a breath, but also at the same time, super energizing. And I think that like when you love doing what you do, and I absolutely love what we get to do every single day. Yep. It just you get into it and it's like, this is great. This is really fun. We got to connect with some new people yesterday, and like it was really cool.
For sure. It's like I like riding this bike.
Yes.
It's a good bike to ride. It's funny, just now an email notification just popped up for me that our latest edition of autoindustry.ai just hit the inbox. If you didn't know, we have an AI newsletter, autoindustry.ai, and we talk about AI trends. I know there's a lot of them out there and they can be overwhelming. So we wanted to just give you a little dash every week so that you can keep up on a few things. We specifically try to tie it back to the auto industry. We feature some folks in the industry who are using and deploying AI in automotive related tasks and issues. That email list is nowhere near as big as it should be. So you're missing out if you're not getting it.
Also, totally missing out.
The prompts of the week.
The prompt of the week is worth everything. Like I try it. Like our writing team is dialed in.
Like, who's coming up with this stuff?
Yeah.
So amazing. Always fun. You can go to autoindustry.ai and just type in your email, and it's a real easy to read email, and it's not like one of those ones that hit your inbox every day where it's just like, I can't keep up. I'm drowning. Just give the robots control.
Give the robots control.
Oh, you know what this is?
Oh, look at that. Oh.
This is a shipping. First of all, if you ever order anything from our swag shop, you get this really cool mailer. So all the people from, the post office can see what we believe in. But I'm about to ship out some jerseys, Eagles jerseys, to our friend Brandis Drummer at NCM and Danny Zaslowski at VinQ. I got a little return because I want him back because I'm not going to have him burning my Eagles jerseys. But because the Eagles won the Super Bowl, we had a little friendly wager going on, and they're going to have to do the Eagles chant while wearing the jersey. Danny said, hey, if you're going to do something, you might as well do it well. He's rehearsing the song. I don't know if he's going to sing the whole song, but more to come. We had a charity Super Bowl event that we raised a lot of money for Vehicles for Change, thousands of dollars, a total of $5,100 pledged, plus NCM donated an entire vehicle to Vehicles for Change.
Come on now.
So that total is way higher than 5,100. Listen, just a reminder, if you put in a quote unquote bet into the comments, make sure you go back to the post and that you just follow through with your donation. I followed through with mine yesterday. I mean, even though I bet on the Eagles and the Eagles won, so I didn't have to pay it. I did anyway. It's super easy. Just like it took me like 2 minutes.
It did. It was so quick. They got the PayPal thing linked up. Like it's easy, you know?
Ding. Yeah, you were going to say something before I talked about that.
Well, I was going to say, and Jim Ganther stole my thunder over here. He just commented on LinkedIn, AFSA behind me, NADA behind me, Public Policy Day behind me, Mitsubishi 20 Group behind me, time to focus on a Soducon full time.
Whoa.
Our team feels the same way. We have been, yesterday was a lot of a Soducon. Today's a lot of a Soducon. We got meetings, we got plans, we got friends we're getting, the sponsorships are rolling in, the tickets are starting to roll. We got the app live. It's wild. Also, if you are coming, get your hotel now because we booked out the entire thing, but it does not support 100% of the attendees. So if you want to be in the hotel at the live where the event is, you want to get your hotel.
Yeah, get it
early.
soon. It was so cool last year. They're like, hey, this hotel is our people. Yeah, it was our people. And there's going to be more people there this year. So definitely they're going to go faster. And it's a really nice hotel. And we have a really great rate at a really nice hotel.
I'm telling you, under $200. And when you see the rooms, you'll be like, I've never seen a $200 room like this.
Oh my gosh. If we were in Dallas, it'd be like $450.
Easily.
Yeah. There you go. We're just trying to everyone. Will there be pickleball at a SodaCon?
They don't play pickleball in Baltimore. Are you kidding me?
It's more like It's more like in North Annapolis, Kyle.
It is North Annapolis.
They absolutely play pickleball in Annapolis.
They definitely play pickleball in North.
We have to think about that. Where can we have pickleball courts? We'll think about that.
In medieval times, pickleball.
Oh my gosh,
dirt. Pickleball. We're bringing dirt to pickleball. Come on.
My gosh. It's like clay. Jim Gather's responding to all the comments today. And if so, will there be EMTs?
Absolutely. Yes. For all the knees.
I would love to rent out medieval times this year. I don't know if we can pull it off in 90 days. But I just want to see Brian Benstock joust with who do we want to see Brian Benstock joust with?
Brian Kramer.
Oh my
Kramer versus Benstock.
Oh,
can you imagine?
Kramer versus Long would actually be a better
story. Kramer versus Long
in the joust.
Someone make the graphic and make it happen.
And then Brian Benstock will be like the king over our, presiding over like the master ceremonies. All right, enough of that. We've gotten
sideways in the podcast this morning. We apologize. We're getting to the news. Let's go.
Stellantis is making a significant course correction across its North American brands, rethinking its aggressive push toward electrification. As their search for a CEO continues, the company is emphasizing consumer choice, with previously planned EV models now on hold or outright canceled. Alfa Romeo, one of the brands, has abandoned its all-electric goal by 2027, opting for multi-energy strategies. Chrysler put its upcoming EV crossover on hold plans to refresh the Pacifica with a hybrid option and an electric option. Dodge kept the Hemi Hellcat roaring in the Durango for 2025, even as it rolled out an electric Charger Daytona. Fiat boosting U.S. sales after launching the redesigned 500e, but it's not chasing volume. Jeep kicked off a $3 billion product blitz, including its first EVs for North America, the Wagoneer S and the Wrangler-inspired Recon. Maserati sticking to its plan for an all-electric future. That one actually makes sense.
Yep, that makes sense.
Ram delayed the 1500 Rev electric pickup to 2026, favoring the range-extending Ram Charger instead. So Stellantis is like full pump the brakes.
Well,
full
here's
course
the thing.
Correction.
We saw this in the Harrison Ford commercial that we watched yesterday, that they are like leaning into the marketing side of choice, but it seems like the product side of choice is actually is also happening.
How about
Obviously,
that?
Over the last year, we've seen a lot of manufacturers kind of take this position, but Stellantis has a broad brand reach, right? They are high line all the way to economy vehicles, and for all of them to kind of be saying, let's pause on that, let's continue to make some ICE vehicles, let's lean into the hybrid. The Pacifica needs that hybrid
without a doubt
option for sure, because especially with how many Pacificas they have in rental fleets.
Oh my gosh,
right?
It's like all we rent.
And to have I'm literally all we rent. So to have that hybrid option to compete with things like the Sienna potentially, and if there is a refresh on the horizon, this is a move that I think if Stellantis dealers are paying attention, they're excited about, especially when it comes to like the CDJR type stuff, because that's their highest volume, and hopefully they kind of like go the way of the consumer a bit more. But kudos.
Yeah, I think Stellantis dealers are happy about this.
Yeah.
I mean, anything that's like change and course correction is good. Yeah. They got a lot of inventory to sell through, and they will.
Speaking of course correction.
Oh man, I missed that. You set me up.
Oh, it was so good.
The button's not even working now. Got it.
Segue.
Got the button.
You really bump set me well on that. Hundreds of demonstrators gathered outside the U.S. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the CFPB. We've quoted them and cited them hundreds of times on the show over the years in Washington, D.C. After the newly installed acting director, Russell Vought ordered all agency employees to stay home.
Wow.
And to stop doing any work. The move is part of a larger effort by the Trump administration and Elon Musk to dismantle the consumer watchdog. Musk's Department of Government Efficiency took control of CFPB systems, halting oversight of financial companies. Vogt, a longtime critic of the agency, said he will seek no new funding, leaving the CFPB to operate on its measly little $700 million cash reserve. The CFPB targeted dealer-arranged financing in 23, arguing that interest rate markups disproportionately harmed minority buyers, but auto dealers successfully lobbied Congress to repeal the rule in 2018. Under Democratic leadership, the agency later ramped up oversight of auto lenders, focusing on junk fees, repossessions, credit reporting violations. Consumer Reports, we all know them, and financial analysts expect recent CFPB rulemakings to be rolled back, but many financial institutions are keeping their compliance in place for now.
Yeah, this is one to definitely watch, right? I think there's two parts of this. One, overreach and in the oversight of a lot of the the private entities by public entities is clearly a target of the current administration. But it doesn't change the fact that some of these policies have, that have been put in place have done good for business and good for consumers. It's kind of like, we talked about the cars rule a lot back at Public Policy Day. A lot of the heart of the things that are in that rule, like the way in which we should operate as businesses, are good. It's the overreach that is the dangerous part. And so pay attention to what's happening, but don't change your policies to roll back to poor practices, right?
No, that would be terrible. And, the CFPB, the more I looked in it, because this morning's story, right? It's almost unavoidable to have to talk about political things right now just because they influence the businesses so much, right? And there's all this crossover. This organization in general has kind of been a political football back and forth. And you look at it, and it's an assertion of power. But to your point, we have to be really careful that we don't go so far in the other direction, because the reason it existed in the first place is because people were getting taken advantage of. And so I think it's a great opportunity for the auto industry. Like, a lot of financial institutions are like, we're keeping our stuff in place because it's just, you could just be a few years away from a swing back, so you want to make sure that you play the game well. But I really do think it's a great opportunity for auto dealers and the auto industry as a whole to step up its talking about its belief in how you serve people. Because if all people see are industry lobbyists and things going against whole organizations that actually do some good and are some protections in there, it can easily be spun in the wrong direction. So this is
this is a great time to emphasize your consumer care in your marketing,
without a doubt,
at a local level.
Yeah, without a doubt. So just like always, it's never all good or all bad, and we'll see how it unfolds. But we always get to pick how we react to things. Oh, I wanted to segue there so bad.
I know you didn't have anything.
I know, it's because it costs you money. Speaking
if you had a
money,
penny for your thoughts, though, Speaking of pennies,
Segue.
The American penny, clearly a staple of pocket change, the little rattles since 1792, been going on a hot minute, may soon become ancient history as President Donald Trump has ordered the U.S. Mint to stop producing new pennies, citing the cost of making them nearly 4 times their face value. As wasteful government spending, each penny, get this, costs 3.69 cents to mint, leading to an $85.3 million loss in 2024 alone. Proponents argue the penny is outdated, with former U.S. Mint Director Philip Deal calling it a burden to commerce. Opponents worry about rounding tax effects, where retailers may round up prices and charities lose out on small change donations. Some of those roll-up donations that have been happening. Congress technically controls currency specs, but experts say Trump's order could stand leading to a potential shortage. The zinc industry, that's the wild one, has lobbied to keep the penny as their business depends on it, funding groups like Americans for Common Sense.
Because it's just copper-coated zinc is basically
that's all
what
it
penny is. I mean, it started out as copper. Back when the penny first came out, it was like a quarter. It was the equivalent as if you give someone a quarter. So that was why the penny was out. Now it's like, we were talking before the show, can you imagine if they run out of pennies? What are they going to do? I don't think it's going to be a big deal. But if they ever did, all they would have to do is say, we will give everyone 2 cents for every 1 penny they bring back. And then all the pennies would show up at the banks.
They would just show up
for half the price. I mean, there's obviously a lot of idioms. Nathan dropped in another penny for your thoughts. Penny saved is a penny earned. These all still work. In for penny. And for a pinch of penny, got a pinch of penny. What's this? I'm reading through some of these. Oh, a polite way to say you use the restroom is spend a penny in British. Go spend a penny. I have no idea where that came from, but okay. I mean,
not worth a cent. What if we don't have cents anymore?
Not worth a cent.
You can't put in your 2 cents.
What? Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
2 cents is like 8 cents.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're getting sideways. I mean, like,
So
when do we even use pennies in dealerships ever? I mean, probably at the cashier's window for service every once in a while. When
I mean, I don't know.
Grandma Betty comes through. Like
pennies in my world are just ways to swipe your card. You know, like I don't know. What do you do with pennies? Like even your kids don't want pennies. They want quarters.
I know it. That is funny. Yeah. Penny lover. Lionel Richie. Thank you, Brian Ortega. That's a good one. I wish we had that queued up so we can play it on their way out of the show this morning. Hey, look, thank you for spending a few minutes with us today. Look, all this stuff goes on all the time. One thing remains the same, and is if you pay attention to the people, everything else magically takes care of itself. So go take care of the people today.